Hello, everyone. Good Tuesday to you. Um, Yesterday I did a video on preferences versus compatibility. So I think this video, the second video, will tie into that, but I wanted to go into detail as far as the difference between preferences and compatibility when it comes to relationships. Um, let's look up preferences. Preferences. What does this say? A greater liking for one alternative over another or others. He choose a clock in preference to a watch. A prior right or precedence, especially in connection with the other person. Okay, so a preference is just like you choosing to like one thing over another. This definition is kind of vague. It doesn't really go into detail. What preference means? Let's look that up. A choosing of or special liking for one person or thing rather than another or others, buyers, or showing a preference for a small car, for example. The power or chance to choose. Choice. I give him his preference. A person or thing that is liked or wanted more than another. Okay, that's the definition of preference. Okay, now let's look up compatibility. Compatibility.
According to dictionary.com, the natural ability to live or work together in harmony because of well-matched characteristics.
Compatibility means that you get along with somebody very well. Basically, being in a compatible relationship means that you work well together, enjoy each other's company, and you enjoy each other's company and have a good time. Okay, what are some examples of compatibility? The natural ability to live or work together in harmony because of well-matched characteristics. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. The natural ability to live or work together in harmony because of well-matched characteristics. In earlier times, love and compatibility were not the main considerations in finding a suitable spouse. This says compatibility, love, compatibility. Find out if you and your love interest or partner are soulmates, best friends, or a recipe for disaster. Yeah, that can happen when you're not compatible. Another word for compatibility. In this page, you can discover compatibility can also be a fit, being agreeable, cooperative, comfortable, congruent, harmony, synonymous, proper, agree, harmonious. These are words that are under compatibility. Um, okay, so I went into giving the definition of preferences versus compatibility to discuss the difference, because I did the video and I didn't give the definition of compatibility versus preference. But compatibility goes into detail because when you are looking for compatibility in a person, you're not necessarily looking at their outward appearance or physical. It's not just about physical attraction, or the person's financial status. Compatibility is more about your way, your character, your way of being, the way you think, the way you see the world, the way your views, your values, your morals, your spiritual background, your religion, um your your boundaries, your goals. These are things that you should consider when thinking about compatibility. Okay, compatibility. You meet someone and you like how they look, you like their shape, their hair color, their skin texture. All of that is preference. But do you get to the meat of it, to the root of it? Okay, what is this person like first thing in the morning when they wake up? What is this person's hygiene practices? Do they manage their money well? Do they have good money management skills? Do they know how to balance their bank account and their, are they punctual? Do they go to work on time? Are they always late for work? Are they reliable or unreliable? Can you count on them? Can you depend on them when you need them the most? These are things about compatibility. Okay, being compatible. Let's compare that to preference. Okay, say for instance, a woman wants a husband, but she wants her husband to be 6 feet tall, muscle, make $100,000 a year. You want him to be a lawyer. Okay, but does this man that you just met that have all of these qualities as far as your preferences, does he want children? How does he feel about having children? How many children does he want? These are the things about compatibility. You might want children and he might not. You might want 4 children, he might just want 1. So these are things that you need to discuss with the person that you're dealing with or that you want to get into a relationship with, because that's getting to the root of the matter and not just the outward appearance. Because sometimes a person can look good to you, and they have the saying that says all that glitters is not gold. Just because the person is enticing to you physically or they look a certain way and you have fantasies about being with a person like this, you might get to know the person and realize that you and that person have nothing in common. Okay, the person looks good, they're attractive, they have a good job and all of that, but then you have a communication barrier. They're uncompromising. They are unforgiving. They're selfish. They're not easy to communicate with. Or you are on a educational level intellectually, and you want to have an intellectual conversation, but yet this person can't hold an intelligent conversation with you because educationally they're not on that level like you are. So therefore, get to know the person aside from the looks, the shape, the hair texture, the color of the skin, the culture the person come from, how much money they make, and get deep into who is this person. I have my ways too. Okay, I'm a night person. I like to be up at night and sleep during the day. But then the person that you're attracted to might like to sleep at night and be up in the day. Like I like to be up at night and sleep in the daytime. They might want to be sleeping at night and be up in the daytime, and that disturbs them. That throws off their schedule because you're the wife, but you're up all night, and that's disturbing to them because they can't sleep. And then you're sleeping all day because like they're now gone to work and you're at home sleeping all day when you could have been up taking care of some kind of household, something that to do with the household that needed to be done. You could have gone to work or something, but you're tired now because you've been up all night. We have to think about compatibility. Okay, you eat meat. You're a meat eater. You're not a vegetarian. But yet you meet someone, you're attracted to them, then you find out they don't eat meat. They don't eat seafood. You love seafood. You love to go to the restaurant. They don't. They don't eat no meat. So therefore, are you willing to be with a person on a long-term basis? Are you willing to change your diet now and your way of eating to compromise and be a vegan with them, or a person that doesn't eat meat? Or are they going to stop being vegan and start eating meat? Or are you both going to live in the house where the refrigerator is separated, where one side is vegan and the other side is for somebody that eat meat? Are you willing to deal with that? These are the things that you need to find out about the person that you're so attracted to. That's what it comes down to when it comes to compatibility versus preference. A lot of times we go off of the preference, what we see at first. At first sight, we're so in love at first sight. But then sometimes not even 3 months, 2 weeks into knowing this person, red flags are going off. And you're saying, oh, I'm not going to be able to live with this person, or I'm not going to be able to sleep with this person because they snore too much. Some people, they can sleep right next to you and you're snoring and it doesn't bother them. But then other people can't sleep when you're snoring. I personally, when I met my husband, when we were dating, that's one of the questions I had to ask. Do you snore? And I had to watch him sleep to find out if he snore at night, because I cannot go to sleep next to someone that snores. I don't know what it is. I have family members who are in relationships and their mates snore and it doesn't bother them at all. So you have to find the compatibility in that person, because you're going to have to live with them and deal with them day in and day out. If you plan to get married and have children with them and spend the rest of your life with them, you're going to be dealing with this person day in and day out every day. And they're going to be dealing with you day in and day out and every day. And so they have to get adjusted and understand and know what they're getting into before you start a relationship. And you need to know what you're getting into before you start a relationship. Some people get married not knowing these things, and then after the marriage it's like they're living in hell. Their first month of marriage, they're ready to get an annulment because they don't know this person that they were so attracted to that they thought they knew. In our culture, in Jamaica, we say, see me and come and live with me is two different things. So weigh your options, people. Is it, are you more interested in your preferences? Are you more interested in knowing that you and this person is compatible in your ways and how you live and how you are and your views and your morals and your values, your ethics, your ability to compromise, your ability to forgive? These are things that we need to consider when we see somebody. Love at first sight. Some say love is blind. I don't know, but all I know from my experience, I made some mistakes in my past because I'm more interested in what I'm seeing instead of getting to the root of who this person really is. And learning from experience over the years that what you see is not always what you get. And this is my message. Marie's message today is what you see is not always what you're going to get. So dig deeper when you first meet that person that you have all these preferences for. Dig deeper and get to know the person first before you jump into something serious or a relationship or have a child with this person. Get to know if this person even like your background or your culture, or like, it's like they like how you look, but what happens when they meet your family? Are they going to approve of your family or not? Are you going to approve of their family or not? It's a lot that go into it, but yet we want the easy way out. Oh, he makes 6 figures. He's got money. He's a doctor. He's so handsome. He's so tall, dark, and handsome. He buy me flowers and he take me out and, and he fly me to the islands. Yes, that's all well and good. But everybody want that same tall, dark, and handsome doctor surgeon that you are so googly-eyed over. And not realizing behind closed doors, this doctor could be a demon. This doctor could make your life a living hell behind closed doors. But you were so googly-eyed from one doctor's appointment, that one doctor visit, and you, I done met my Boaz. I done met my husband today. Yes, everybody else want the same man that you trying to, every person that been to his office and had visits and said the same thing, and all the women want this same doctor that you googly-eyed over. Googly eyes. Oh, I'm so in love. You'll be surprised when you get to know some of these people, what their background is and what their little ways. They might have little ways about them that you just can't deal with. Like, it could be something as simple as the person has the most beautiful smile, but then when they laugh, their laugh gets on your nerves. So how are you going to live with somebody for the rest of your life when you can't even stand the way they laugh? Think about it. We have to start thinking deeper than just the surface. We have to start looking deeper than just the surface. We need to start doing our own research and not be so quick to jump on what we just see with our eyes. Looks are deceiving. This is Marie's message. Have a good day, everybody.